Ladies, let's move on to the story behind the song. This is one of my favorite parts. Okay, I want to hear the story behind. You can have him, Jolene.
Looking on YouTube, we did a cover of Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. For that video, I had on a shirt that said, "You can have him," signed Jolene. And so from there, it just kind of sparked the idea of, who does she think she is? Why not? Why don't we write a song rather than "You can have him" signed Jolene? You can just have him Jolene. Like, he's too much. He's not worth the drama. So it's like, just keep him. He can be your problem and not mine. So it basically was inspired from a t-shirt, and we went from there.
Right. But that's exactly it. And we were just, who does this heifer think she is? How you gonna give somebody something that you stole? And so when we sat down to write it out, we just had so many hilarious scenarios and but as much energy as in the video is as much energy in the song and the songwriting process. And I think that was one of the most exciting things for us, because it all kind of correlated. Like it made sense, because sometimes somewhere down the line you lose something and it doesn't end as exciting as it started. But this song, from thought process to us being in the kitchen laughing about it to actually sitting down to write it, everything was so exciting. And all the way down to the music video.
And so now your video is on CMT.
Yes. It was so funny. We were supposed to have a Zoom call to meet Leslie, and so right before the Zoom call, I was like, "All right, ladies, let's just stay calm. It's just a conversation with Leslie Fram, and it's just us and her." And as soon as I said that, as everybody started coming in, it was like blink, 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 blink. I was like, "Where are you?" And she was like, "I told them I had a meeting with Chapel Hart, and everybody wanted to come and meet y'all." And so it was everybody, and they wanted us to play a couple songs, and we played "You Can Have Him," Jolene. And afterwards, it was so quiet, and everybody was like, and we were like, we have another one if you want to hear another one. And Leslie just said, in 50 years of country music, no one has ever said that. And we were like, whoa.
That the title alone is just hilarious. And then you listen to the lyrics, and then you watch the music video, and y'all are snatching wigs and just jumping on people, and it is a blast. Tell me what your favorite part of filming that video is.
My favorite part was definitely all the interactive we got to do with the police officers from past Christiane. I mean, it ain't often that you pretty much get handed the keys to the city and they say, "Okay, what do you guys want to do?" And from running amok in the jail to tussling with them in the bars, probably my favorite part, and the fact that they couldn't keep a straight face.
I think my favorite part is definitely the fight scene. I didn't know how it would turn out, after the fact. On camera, I was like, would it look real? Once we saw the video, we were all super pleased with how it came out, and we all thought it looked really real. So we were just super excited about that scene in particular.
My two major favorite parts is, one is the fact that we're like, if there's a fight scene, should we call our friend Mickey James and see if she can come? And it was a day before. And I was like, "Mickey, I know you are probably the busiest person in the whole world." I was like, "But we're shooting a music video. Today's day one. Tomorrow we're doing this fight scene, big bar fight scene." I was like, "And we would love to have you." And she was like, "Oh, absolutely. I would love to." She was like, "Let me check a few things." And when I tell you, she was the best. And she came, she flew in. So having her there was so great. And she definitely helped us so much and gave us tips and pointers. But so Mickey James was definitely by far one of my favorite parts. And then my second favorite part was Eric, the lead guy, is a good friend of mine. And we were doing the hit him over the head with the bottle scene. And he was like, "If you just hit me on the top of the head, I don't think it'll hurt as bad." And so I have a huge problem that when we're recording, I can't stop smiling. And so the director was like, "Danica, there's one bottle left. Whatever you do, I need you to make this so serious." He's, "Do not smile. Don't." He was like, "Focus." So as I'm focusing on being so serious, and they yell action and we do the shot, and I just crack him right at the top of the head. So now he has the tiniest little scratch. And he was like, no, he was going around telling everybody, "I got this scratch on my head. Maybe I need an ice pack." I was like, "You are an old pudding cup." Because I was like, that scratch is not that big. People say it was like, they're like, oh my God, the video is so hilarious. I was like, we've watched it 1,000 times and we still laugh every time. We find something new every time and we're like, oh my God. So
it was funny because our manager had actually gotten a call from Billy Gibbons because he saw the video and he thought that it was kind of like a TMZ leaked video of an actual bar fight. And he called the manager and he's like, I think they're such sweet girls. And I don't know if we want this getting leaked out to the public that they got arrested. And like,
I love him so much. I don't know if it's a good move. He was like, everything was staged. He was like, not sure why. But I said, well, that at least we know the acting was good.